hammering. Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
And God bless the United States.
La 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 la.
Oh no, let's go crazy.
What a way to start 2018.
It's amazing how the joy of coming back is destroyed before a word is uttered.
Just stripped from us. It's like it's just torn away from us.
It literally just took my spirit away.
The whole thing. We can't possibly be doing this again, can we? That's the feeling you get when you hear that intro.
Because it just keeps going on. I'm like, oh yeah, that.
I forgot. I thought I had them all in my head. I was like, okay, I know the intro. I forgot Diablo Sandwich somehow.
So did I.
And I forgot the Trump thing.
Yeah, the Trump thing I forget. I
God
also,
bless America.
Stop the hammering I forget sometimes too.
Lawrence O'Donnell's great outburst.
His little meltdown. Well, Happy New Year.
Yeah, welcome to the 2018 Jim Norton and Sam Roberts show.
We could have went back on yesterday.
But we decided not to, you fucking nerds.
Yeah, we had taken the extra day.
Yeah, because we can.
Yeah, and it seems like a long vacation, but it really wasn't. It was just because we did it from midweek to midweek, it seems longer.
There's always that guy, hey, when were you in school yesterday? Because I didn't want to go, you fucking dork.
Exactly.
Leave me alone.
I wanted to sleep.
Yeah, playing video games and shit.
It was one more day. I had a wonderful... wonderful rest.
I haven't seen you. This is the first time I've laid eyes on that gorgeous face.
I know.
Since we parted ways. I guess 2 Wednesdays ago.
2 Wednesdays ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was away, and I came back New Year's Day in the morning, and I landed at 1:50 in the afternoon. A couple hours sleep on the plane, and then I finally went back to bed last night in time for this show.
Hey.
So it was...
Were you staying up all night?
For 2 days.
Why'd you stay up?
I was up for 2 days.
Doing what? Like, you don't drink? You don't do drugs? Like, you don't even have a terribly great social life. What are you doing for 2 days?
I came home, and I'm a little jet-lagged, and I'm...
Where were you?
I was in Europe.
Oh.
I was in Paris.
Whoa.
Which I will talk about.
Whoa.
And I knew I was going before, but I couldn't say it before I left, only once I came back.
Yeah, okay.
I was on...
Couldn't let the... is it because all the Parisians get crazy like the Beatles are coming?
No, it was because I had been hired to do a private function, which I typically never do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them. The money is very good for them, but I hate doing them. But had I said, I'm going to Paris, then the person I was performing for would have known I was...
I
going.
see.
So it was one of those things where they said, just please don't social media it until you...
Like one of those Nicaraguan princes or something like that.
No, it was just somebody who's a fan who's got a company and his guys did something for him, and they were from London. They were going to be in Paris. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it pays for a lot of your vacation. I had a couple of people who I already knew were going to be there, so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. Anyway, I came back, and I had an amazing time. I was wrong about 100% wrong.
What did you think about Paris?
It was one of the greatest.
No, I mean like before you went.
It sucked. The French people sucked. They were going to hate it. They hate Americans.
You were just like, Paris sucks. French people sucks. They're I eat freedom fries.
They're gonna hate. Americans. I had a couple of days there that were boring because I just was like, all right, what am I gonna? I was just walking around like,
right.
Okay. But the majority of it, I was completely wrong about.
They were nice to you? They didn't call you American scum?
Amazing people.
Hey.
Amazing people.
They have body odor? Everybody says they stink.
No.
Really?
No.
Hey.
They were lovely.
That's fantastic. I love it. So you actually went and got that's enough time. That's a long time to be there. You got that's enough time to get like the culture.
Yeah, it was a decent amount of downtime, and I wouldn't have stayed that long if people I knew weren't going to be there. That was just kind of a coincidence. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll stay an extra couple of days. Mm-hmm. It was really a fun time. Again, a little bit of downtime. You're like, what do you do? But my manager knows people there, so he hooked me up with all these restaurants and like.
Did you eat well?
Dude, I ate like I said, fuck this. I'm going to eat like a pig. Because I normally would be in the United States for the holidays doing gigs. But there was nothing, because I did almost all the major markets in the tour, and I had stuff coming up. I'm like, where am I going to fucking work?
Right.
I'm going to just work for regular money on New Year's Eve.
Plus, you've been working every weekend.
Weekend.
You haven't been doing every other weekend.
Yeah, it's because I'm with a new agent, and when we booked my calendar, it's like, okay. And I'm like, every weekend. So whatever, man. It was an incredible experience.
Did you have the duck l'orange?
I ate in nothing but Michelin restaurants.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have
Incredible.
foie gras?
I did, but I didn't know. I normally wouldn't eat that shit.
Right.
But I ate a couple of times. I'm like, because on the Michelin restaurant, they just have like these lists. This is what you're getting.
Yeah.
And I'm eating it.
So it's like a chef prepared menu.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm eating like, what is this? And the guy's like, foie gras. And I'm like, I don't care if they got this by grabbing the goose by his feet and beating him to death in front of his fucking goose kids. This was the best shit I've ever eaten. I still don't want to eat it, but
you loved it. It was tasty.
I loved everything about it. The only thing I hated about Paris was getting there, and it was a 90-minute drive through traffic to get from the airport to the hotel.
They don't have like a Paris airport?
They do, Charles de Gaulle Airport, but it's so it's like going from JFK to New York. But Paris is old.
Oh wow!
And it's so many narrow roads and one-lane roads, and it's not like driving to Manhattan. So that was the only part of it that sucked, was that the traffic was horrendous.
Did you see the Arc de Triomphe?
Is that the one they gave Napoleon for?
That's like the Arc. Like it's a square and it's got the. I mean, it looks like something you see in Tribeca.
I wonder if they gave that to Napoleon for winning the war.
I don't know what
yes,
how they got it.
I drove by that about 30 times.
Yeah, that's the Arc de Triomphe. I guess that's why they would call it that Arc de Triomphe, because Napoleon was triumphant.
I didn't go up. Yeah, they gave him that as a gift. I went into that.
What a shitty gift.
I hired a tour guide.
Did you?
But she didn't cost that much money.
Yeah.
It's the healthiest thing I've ever given a woman money for. She was literally she helped me set up a couple of things I wanted to do when I was there.
Yeah.
And it made my life a lot easier because they know these little tricks which will save you literally. She saved me 2 hours on a fucking line.
But you didn't ask her for like a massage or anything?
No. She was recommended from, my manager's friend knew her, and she was just...
trying to figure out how, like, okay, I have this tour guide. Like, how do I push my ass cheeks towards her?
Yeah. But we drove by that a bunch of times. That
the Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah, I stayed not too far from there. I didn't go in that. You could go up to the top of it and look over. That was one thing I didn't do, but I was in full fucking tourist mode. I'm going to do, because I talked to Bill before I went, and he's like, dude, I just rented an apartment when I was there, but he was there with his wife. I'm like, I don't want to rent an apartment. I didn't need to. When you do something like this, you get you get a travel buyout, where they don't necessarily arrange your travel, but in order to get you to travel, gigs have to they pay you a gig, and then they pay you a little travel buyout.
Sure.
And the travel buyout was enabled me to
stay in a nice hotel,
a decent hotel.
Yeah,
and I was able to use miles to fly. The flight would have been $7,000. What? To go business class, it was $7,000, but I had miles, so I just used miles. I didn't pay anything.
I guess it's more money because it's the holidays.
The holiday.
Yeah.
It was obscene. I'm like, I'm not going to do.
$7,000 for a flight.
It was crazy. I guess I could have went coach, but I was like, I wanted to go.
Come on,
$7,000. So I was like, that's ridiculous.
Jim Norton does not travel coach anymore. Those days are over.
But I wasn't even gonna. You can't ask people for that kind of money you just can't.
Will you cover flight? Yeah, sure. What do you need? It's actually $7,000.
Well, I've noticed that even when I did London for like the club, for the theaters I did, they give you, they said it's a decent travel buyout, but they're basically saying, look, you can fly coach or you can do what the fuck you want.
Right.
But luckily miles.
You got the miles.
All that credit card shit, it paid, the miles paid for the trip.
So.
For the flight.
Obviously you saw the Eiffel Tower if you did tourist stuff.
Yes.
What'd you think of the Eiffel Tower?
Incredible. I'm so stupid.
Did you go to the top?
Yep.
You did?
I thought the Eiffel Tower was about 300 feet. I had no idea how fucking tall it was. Dude, I had no idea how high that thing is.
It's way tall.
It's incredible. Yeah, it was really hard not to tweet photos. That was really hard not to do. I took some cool photos which I'll send out. That was really difficult to do.
How tall is the Eiffel Tower?
It's 1,000 feet.
Okay, so you were off by 2/3.
By a third, yeah. I only had a third of it. Yes, I didn't know it was like it was like the Empire State Building.
Yeah, no. It's huge. That's why people take such great pride in it. And French people.
The only thing is when you get outside it, like it's like anywhere else. The tourist area, the guys that are trying to sell you shit. They're all,
really?
Yeah, we drove through. There's a couple areas of Paris you got to really avoid. I think that they're really, really dangerous areas. And going to the hotel when I first landed was a fucking nightmare because he finally jumped off the main roads because it just wasn't moving. So we went through some of these really bad.
And they looked bad?
They looked really bad.
Did they look bad like how we know bad, or did it look like a bad area in a very artistic city.
No, it looked bad.
Just bad.
But again, it was under a bridge. It was like one of those graffiti all over, garbage all over. I'm like, holy shit! Like this is the side they don't want you to see.
You're right.
We drove through it, and he goes, "Yeah, this is not a good place where we are." But a lot of times you have these guys who are probably from there, outside these tourist areas, selling all these little stupid Eiffel Tower thing. Yeah, tchotchke is a good word.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did it, and I talked to Burr before I went. Because I'm like, I knew I had friends that were going to be there, which was kind of, again, I don't socialize a lot with old friends, like people I've known for 30 years. I don't see them much anymore. And it was just nice to see people.
You did text me a video from inside the mall.
Oh my God!
Paris, like they were selling. I guess that was the Christmas celebration.
It's one of the most amazing things I ever saw. There was a mall there, which again, it's a mall, but it was like 5 levels in the round, and they do this giant thing where they lower. It was a massive tree, and they lower these. They had like a Christmas display, but it was incredible.
But it looks like the video you sent me. It looks like a church.
It was like Cirque du Soleil.
Yes, but it's just the mall. My wife did a semester when she was in college. She did a semester in Paris. And so she was super jealous of all your stuff because she said she used to like walk through that mall every day.
Oh, she knew it, yeah.
Loved, walking around that city.
I spent a lot of time just walking around. And again, the tourist things, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do these tourist things.
Because when are you going to get a chance to do them again?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I would go back. I would do it again in a second. I was so wrong about... that was what I was thinking of the most I was there, is I was so... wrong, and I can't wait to tell people what a stupid asshole I was and how I admit I was wrong and I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Although, wouldn't it be great if as soon as you were out of earshot of all these people, they were just going, "Oh, stupid American, thinks he's a comedian." Yeah.
I was supposed to, it was one thing I was supposed to do there that I wasn't able to do, is I wanted to do a set when I was there because my friend's a comedian there and his manager knew this place that does like comedy on I think on a Thursday for Americans. But the first night I got there, like I couldn't do it because again I couldn't say that I was there. And then by the time I was able to do it, he had already left. He was with his family. So
did the hustlers outside the Eiffel Tower? Did they speak English?
No, I mean, a little bit of a little bit enough to maybe sell you something.
Yeah,
but you knew what they were saying. But the people were so fucking nice. They were so nice. It was incredible. It's one of the best things I've ever done. Was go to Paris. I went to, because I'm like, I'm not just going to sit in the hotel.
Right.
Because you're not with your friends every minute. You're not there with people with every second. You have enough time with people and enough, activity, but there's also like where you just got downtime. But I'm like, I'm not just going to sit here.
Thank God.
And the guide was actually very helpful. I went to Versailles.
Sure. That's where they signed that treaty, right? The Treaty of Versailles?
Maybe.
Right, that's a thing, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the name of a treaty.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm learning already.
So this treaty was named after a place. That's great.
There was the King's Palace where the king, Louis the 14th, 15th, and 16th live. And you get there, and she knew to buy the tickets in advance and to get a tour guide when you're in the thing. You get like a guided tour.
So this was better than your the tour that you handled yourself the last time you were in a foreign country when you went to the Bobby Fischer Fake Museum?
Yeah, I would say this was a better tour.
Good.
But that was better because it had nobody in it. The Bobby Fischer Museum was easy to get to.
Well, yeah, but that was because there was no attraction.
You get to Versailles. And you pull up outside, and it's just giant, like gold-colored gate. It's obnoxious. It's kind of what it's supposed to be. There's a big Louis the 14th statue. You're like, oh, what a dick.
Right.
But you fucking walk. You walk in, and there's probably 1,000 people in a line. It was 1,000 people long line to get in, or to get tickets, and then there was another line to get in. And this was in 40-degree weather. It was cold. Not as bad as it was here.
Oh my God. Yeah, 40 degrees now. Normally I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty chilly, but 40 degrees after the week that we've had.
Yeah, it was nothing like New York.
Yeah.
But it was cold enough where you don't want to stand behind 1,000 fucking people.
Sure.
But then you go in and get the tour guide, and they walk you right in. It was like an extra €7 to be part of a guided tour. So it was incredible. I went through 2 tours, just 2 things I had wanted to see at Versailles. And the first tour guide was amazing and lovely, and the second one was just shit.
Why? What was wrong with the second one?
She was rude to me.
Was she?
Yeah, I was trying to ask a question, and she was just ignoring me. and then she was finally like, "You had a question?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I just wanted to ask you about the floors." And she goes, "Well, yeah, they're the same, but they're new."
just like
She hated my fucking guts.
like you're an idiot for asking that question.
Oh, dude, it was so awful.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, she was a little shitty, but even that didn't hurt the experience.
No.
It was so much fun, man.
You didn't get mad in the moment?
No, I was
You're
more
just
like, ugh, such a dick.
Yeah, that was a stupid question.
That was a really stupid question.
That's great. And so did you watch, did they have some kind of New Year's celebration there?
You know, the New Year's was a down night for me because I was
Like down or?
down because I was fucking. I went out for a meal and I had to come home early because I was fucking vomiting. There was a bunch of people that were just sick. Like when you
The tartar did not agree with you?
No, it wasn't the food.
Oh.
It was even on the one Versailles too. There's people coughing, and I knew there was a bug going around, so I wound up
Around Paris, just in general?
Just people had this stomach thing that was happening.
Okay.
People were just getting sick.
Sure.
And I felt it starting, and I talked to somebody who had it, and I started to feel nauseous. And I'm like, let me just go back. So like 5 after fucking 12, I'm puking. It was the only bad thing about it was I just caught this thing. And for the last night I was there, I was really sick. Like vomiting and just kind of like, I'm like, this will be better in the morning. I got to fly. I hope this is okay. And then by the time I got to the airport, I was in tolerable shape. That was
You were in
No, it was tolerable.
Okay.
It was okay. I knew I could make the flight and I'd be okay. But that was the only downside of it was I just caught this fucking stupid...
You threw up a lot?
I threw up for like probably one long...
Ugh.
You know, when you go through a cycle of puke where you're standing,
Yeah.
and then like for the next like 5 or 6 hours, I was just like, all right, just relax.
Queasy.
I was queasy.
Yeah, leave
and I
me
was like, I didn't
alone.
want to oversleep for the flight.
Right.
But aside from that, it was okay.
That's great. I mean, yeah, that was a long trip to just have one sick day at the very end. That's not bad.
Yeah, it was okay. One guy I know was sick for I think 3 days, and everybody else was just like it was a 24-hour bug.
That's a real kick in the ass when you plan this great, trip or whatever, and 3 of your days are spent sick and in the room or whatever, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, but most of my friends, not all my friends, but a lot of my friends are married at this point. So if you're sick, not only are you sick, but your fucking wife has to sit there with you, and it's her French vacation too, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, terrible.
What else did I do? Hold on, the Eiffel Tower. Oh, the Louvre.
You went to the Louvre?
I had to. I had to. I was there.
Sure.
I'm like, come
yeah,
on.
No,
But I talked to the guide, and I'm like, how do I do this? I was debating, do I bring her with me or not? She said, you have to pay her. It was like 150 euros. So it was like, I don't know if I needed that just to walk to the Louvre.
right. Can a person just get into the Louvre
Yeah.
without a thing?
And you can, the hotels will all sell tickets.
Yeah.
So I went in there, and I'm not a big art fan.
So you left your tour guide at home?
Yeah, but the line to get in, there's a mall next to it, and you stand in line for about an hour for security. The French don't fuck around with security.
Well, yeah, I bet now it's as serious as ever.
Everywhere you go.
I'll bet.
Because especially there's all these driving things where people are just killing you with vans. So they have all these like little metal things where the cars now can't jump and go where people are walking.
But all I could think about is if you said there was a mall right next to the Louvre, I wish you'd stood online and then found out the line was to get into the mall. And you just wasted your time.
It wouldn't have been. There was a couple of times I was tempted to walk away, but I'm like, you're here. You're fucking here.
Right, what else are you going to do?
Just stay here and see the goddamn stupid painting.
Yeah.
So I stayed and I saw the fucking stupid painting.
Which painting?
The Mona Lisa.
You saw it.
And I got a couple of photos, which I will send out. But it's literally like it's like the other side of the wall is there's a giant painting,
Right.
which no one gives a fuck about.
It's so big.
Yeah.
But people say that when they look at the Mona Lisa, they have like otherworldly experiences. Like there's something about looking at that painting in person that like it does something to them.
I'll tell you what it is when you're looking at it in person. And I did look at it for about 10 minutes. You just stand there staring at it. A couple of things. You're like, what is it about this that's attractive to people?
Mm-hmm.
Like you realize it's a nice painting. It's good. Good job. But it's so small.
Like I'd put this on my refrigerator if my kid did it.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's good.
But it's massive on one side No one gives a fuck. And then there's a crowd of people. It's literally like watching fucking Kanye and Kim Kardashian walk into a room. There was hundreds of people around this thing videoing it and photographing it. There's bulletproof museum glass on it, of course. And I noticed that there was like thick glass on the top of it, so flooding can't happen. There's nothing bad going to happen to this painting.
Nobody can zip line in from the top, like Ocean's 11 or something.
There's just no way to get it. And you realize it is a nice work of art. But I think you're looking at it because you know you're looking at the most famous painting in history, or probably maybe that of the Sistine Chapel. But you know you're looking at something that everybody in the world recognizes, and you're in the room with something. It's probably the most famous work of art I'll ever be around. What am I going to be around unless I go to the Sistine Chapel that's more famous than this?
I just realized Mona Lisa looks just like Ben Franklin on the $100 bill.
Yeah, she's not attractive.
No.
She's a 6. You know what she is? Mona Lisa is like a South Jersey 6. She's the type of girl that would have blown me in 1995 after a gig.
Yeah. Who blew you? Mona Lisa.
Yeah, the girl
again.
with the fat hands.
Yeah.
The girl with the fat hands. She had a little fat hand. But
Look at
it
those
is
chubby things.
people are trying to have these like moments in front of it, and it's a nice painting, but you're looking at it like I don't know if I'm supposed to feel anything or not. I didn't feel any moved by it, but it is nice.
You should have leaned over to the person next to you and just go, "You see how big the painting is behind this one?
Yeah, it's huge. When you walk around the other side of the wall, there's literally no one there. I'll try to find my Mona Lisa picture.
I want to see the big one. I want to see the big painting. What's the big painting of behind Mona Lisa?
I'll tell you in a second if I can find this,
Just like a big school bus?
Yeah, I just took a lot of selfies like a fucking...
You did?
Yeah, and I just photographed a lot of... But I didn't go as crazy. Oh, I went to...
Whoa, that is huge. Is that the painting across
No,
the Mona Lisa?
It is not.
Because even the frame is like impressive.
As we're talking, I'm rifling through... Oh, hold on. The painting on the other side was... let's see. Was this. I should tweet that. Can you see it? It's like a giant city scene.
Oh my God, it's huge.
And there's 8 people there.
There's clouds and everything. It's very, very detailed.
There's 8 people there. And
nobody's looking at it.
Here's the Mona Lisa.
Oh my God.
It's a fucking...
Wow.
It's literally like a rock show.
Yeah, I mean, the picture we're looking at right now is Jim's, on Jim's phone, is like, there's dozens of people in front of you.
Can you see?
Oh my God!
It's a mob scene.
The entire room. It's a big museum room, and the entire room is full of people. Everybody just trying to look at this thing. The goddamn thing has been at that museum for 1,000 years. You'd think by now everybody's had an opportunity to look at it.
And by the way, when you turn, this is the Mona Lisa's on a wall in the middle of the room, and when you go behind the wall to the other side, there's 3 paintings. That's how many people are there. 5.
There's plenty of room. You could ride a tricycle in that room.
There's 5 people there. But there was a line, again, just going to the hotel and getting the tickets, you still have to stand in the security line. There's no way to avoid that. I guess you're like a VIP member or whatever.
That painting, the big one,
is beautiful.
Way better than the Mona Lisa.
There's a line outside in the rain for an hour. People wait just to get in, and then you got to go through security. It's crazy. I've heard, I talked to this woman I knew who had been over there many times, and she said that this is actually a quieter time now because the summer is the busy time.
Really? That's not the busy time?
No. And I went to Notre-Dame, which was fucking. I had forgotten it was there, and I paid a cabbie one night. I'm like, I just want to ride around for a little while and show me because it was cold. It was like the weather was kind of shit. It was like rainy, and I was like, you don't walk around in the rain. You go to restaurants after a while, you're like, all right, what do I do? So I wound up having a cab. I just said, take me for a ride and show me a few.
You saw Notre-Dame?
Yeah, but it was raining, so I want to, again, I'm going to walk. And I decided I was going to go there, and I went to Notre-Dame. I did the tour guide thing for that.
Did you go up and ring the bell?
No, I went up there. I did see the bell.
You know who rings the bell? You see what I'm doing? Quasimodo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no, I know.
I call you Quasimodo.
I did think of that.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Okay.
Here's what's amazing about Notre Dame is the fucking, like, the little creepy statues around the entire...
Like the gargoyles?
The whole thing started in, like, 1100 and something, and they finished... It took, like, 700 years.
What?
To make the entire thing. Starting in, like, 11 something, and then they built a bigger church around the smaller church inside.
That means the guy that started it would probably look at this now and he's like, that's not what I was fucking building at all.
That is not at all what I was working. I built a little church with the story of the Christ around, in these little like carved wood sculptures, and you built this massive touristy hunk of shit around it.
This is supposed to be like a nice humble church for like people to come from all around, not this ridiculousness.
Yeah, it was It was nice, man.
I'm glad you did that. It sounds like a very healthy vacation.
It was.
And I've never, in all the time that I've known you, I haven't known you to ever really. I mean, you'll see stuff here and there, but like I've never known you to take real time out and do things like social or just non-work things.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I'm like, I wanted to just start doing it more this year. And I told you, Bill, I credited Burr. He just got in my and just, dude, how do you know? He said that to me once. I was like, yeah, he's kind of right. Like, how do I know? Who the fuck am I listening to?
So does that mean 2018 is the year of VKJ?
No, VKJ is not going to happen.
No?
No, and there was a financial motivation which moved me to.
Sure.
You know, there's always a little bit of a financial. That kind of does help get you places. But I didn't get to see London much when I was over there because it was gig, and then back home.
Right.
So I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time.
You haven't seen Piccadilly Circus or Trafalgar Square?
No, I was going to take the train there one day, but I'm like, it's a fucking 2.5 hours. I'll do that some other time.
They gotta. I can't remember what the name for the train is over there.
The Tube.
Yeah, I mean they just got ridiculous names for everything.
Hey, wait, there was one more thing I did too. Wait,
in Paris?
Yeah, Notre-Dame, the Louvre.
You didn't go outside Paris? You just
Versailles, Notre-Dame, Eiffel Tower. Oh no, I did all the four.
You didn't go outside Paris, like into like any other parts of France or anything like that?
No. I was gonna go to the catacombs, but I heard that was kind of okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's a lot in Paris, right?
It was incredible. One thing I did, which was really nice, was went down to the really, really old Paris, and that was like a night or two before coming back, and the weather was kind of nice, and just walk around really old Paris, where it's like all these hipsters have kind of set up shop there, and that was one of the best things. I wish I had found that a little earlier in the trip, because I was just walking around looking at all these amazing art shops, and it was incredible. Paris was fucking incredible.
Do you have a new appreciation for art?
No, I don't care as much about art. That's why I didn't spend a lot of time in the Louvre. I didn't give a shit.
Let me see the famous painting.
Let me
see the fucking biggest one you got.
Yeah, show me the Grand Slam. I'll look at these little dick statues on my way out. Stop having statue dicks hang above the scrotum. I was so annoyed. They all have baby dicks.
Why? They got little dicks. What are you gonna do?
Chip in. Do you know I did bring? I know
Chip
I should.
in Paris.
I should have done this. I brought the chip wig.
No.
And I didn't do anything with it because I was like, no. I was like, what am I going to hold up myself? I guess I could have, but I just felt stupid leaving the hotel with it. I'm like, where am I going to do it? I didn't.
You could have.
I brought the Chip wig and I just didn't do anything with it.
You could have just shot footage of Chip in Paris and then made a parody song called Chip is in Paris.
I should have. I just didn't.
That would have been great, right? Would you have produced that, Troy?
Oh, in a second.
Chip is in Paris?
Yes.
I didn't. Again, when you're. It felt silly just to stand there holding up a camera doing Chip by my. I think we're asking someone that I went to high school with. Can you hold this up? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
This is what I do now.
Yeah.
This is how I make my living.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it in front of people who know, but in front of people who don't, it's humiliating.
I also like that you didn't do work stuff. That you just. As Jim Norton, as a man,
yeah, I just
enjoyed the Eiffel Tower.
That would have been more. Oh, dude, I thought of being Chip the amount of time I could have enjoyed him just being around. Again, I thought
was
of
it
you.
Hard?
What's that?
Was it hard?
Yeah, because I talk like that to myself, but you start thinking
this
of
is
like
what like Clark Kent goes through when he can't be Superman.
Right, Superman's only in America. You can't. You can go to Paris, Clark, and you can see all the sights,
Yes.
but you cannot be Superman.
He's just got to keep the costume under his clothes.
Yes,
Somebody needs my help.
I'm walking by phone booth after phone booth. I can't change. I see down the street Lois Lane is getting her cunt kicked in. And I can't help her.
God damn it!
Oh, God damn it! I want to help.
But the security is so much, it'd be hard to sneak in the cameras. But I just thought of the amount of questions during the fucking the tour of Versailles. The amount of questions he could have asked. The annoyance to other people.
Do you think anybody, like all those people lined up trying to look at the Mona Lisa, everybody standing on top of each other, do you think that they would have been happy if Chip was going up to as many people as possible and asking them if they saw how fucking big the painting on the other side was?
Why is it so small? How come it's so small?
Oh, the painting's so fucking big. It's so fucking big.
Yeah, I painted a picture like that. Believe me, I thought of it the whole time I was there, just how much fun it would have been. But it's not fun just to do Chip just, with myself or a tour guide who would have thought I was fucking.
You need to have somebody there, like, just knowing that at least somebody gets it.
Somebody who's into chip.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just, again, doing it with people who don't fucking give a shit about chip, it would have been just stupid and humiliating.
So that means you were over there for Christmas, too.
Yeah.
Did you do anything for Christmas, or you're not a Christmas
Dinner.
person?
Just dinner. You know what I mean? You fucking call home, talk to the rents.
Did you talk to the rents on Xmas?
You call home.
Hey, rents, it's my Xmas call.
Yeah, I didn't mind though. It was fun, man. Cause the whole time I realized I'm like, this is the shit you should have been doing before.
Right.
But you didn't.
Well, you're at a point in life where you can actually appreciate it now. You've accomplished some things. You've made some money. You can do this stuff.
Yeah, you don't feel like I didn't feel like I was like because I don't do stuff like that.
Right.
So it was expensive. It's an expensive city, but I'm like, fuck it, man. Like I don't waste money on stuff like this.
But this is also one of the first times in your life that you aren't sitting there like. Probably, I wouldn't imagine you're sitting there going like, oh, I gotta do this. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. Like when you were even a few years younger, you'd be worried about not doing enough for your career or whatever while you were there.
I was obsessed with that, but the reason I wasn't obsessed with it is because we looked around for New Year's Eve gigs, and there was some available, but there was nothing that would have paid more than the tour is paying. Like there was some regular gigs.
Sure.
And I'm like, I've been working every fucking weekend, and I'm starting work again the 19th. I'm like, just go away, you fucking jerk off. Shut up.
Let me go be a chip in Paris.
Yeah, but I didn't do it. I just couldn't. Again, you feel silly just holding up. I can't do it. So we pre-recorded the Christmas and New Year special, and people enjoyed those. I think. It was amazing, amazing. And I came home.
I love it.
And I came home, and I hadn't slept.
And then you come home.
Fly home. I'm doze off on the plane. Amazing. The flight, American Airlines flight, incredible.
First, business?
Yeah.
Business.
No, first is fucking,
How much, okay, so if a business class, because, I don't know, I'm Steerage Sammy, but if business class...
Okay, I was the coach kid for the first...
No, I know.
For the first 15.
If business class is 7, first of all, what's the difference between business and coach?
It's a big difference between business and coach. The bigger seat, it's a lie flat seat. The food is a lot better.
Probably on a flight like that too, on a cross-continental flight.
It's a difference. Business and first, the seats are a little bit bigger. There's not as much difference between business and first. I mean, again, international first. I don't think I've ever done that. Those are like that's just astronomical. I wouldn't.
So how much does if a business class costs $7,000 for a flight?
I've never priced them. I'm gonna guess they can be 12 or 15 grand.
Oh my
it's
God.
it's astronomical. But again, to do something like that, you can get them cheaper, or you can go with upgrade with miles. There's ways to buy things and upgrade with miles, and that's at a peak time of the year.
Yeah,
I would never. I couldn't spend thousands of dollars.
But so you take your nice
like you you make less money.
Yeah.
Like when I did Australia, when I did London, I didn't make that much money doing those gigs at all, because a part of your airline buyout is a bigger buyout. So the gig money pays a lot less.
Right.
So I kind of made nothing doing London and doing Australia, but I just wanted to see those places.
Yeah, and I mean, and there
So you're
is-
getting paid to go somewhere.
There is merit to this. I'm traveling internationally
Just to
and
go
getting
see these
this-
places. Yeah, I mean,
totally.
that was the main reason for doing those. So there was not a lot of money to be made. I didn't make a lot of money when I did London. I just wanted to finally go over there and do the gigs. And you kind of break even, or you make a little bit after, but it's honestly nothing like you would have made if you just stayed home.
Right.
But it's who cares?
But if you stay home, you don't get to see Big Ben.
I didn't see Big Ben anyway.
What?
Fuck Big Ben.
It's a big clock.
It is a big clock.
If you like that painting in the Louvre, wait till you see Big Ben. It's fucking huge.
Then you look at the other side. There's a much bigger clock.
Do you?
But I came home after this
clock.
I came home, and there was this amazing trip. And again, the day you come back, you're just kind of situated. I didn't have any sets. I'm like, I'll start doing my sets again during the midweek, because I wanted to just kind of relax, and I wasn't feeling great because of the flight. So I go to bed, and it's like maybe it's 2:00 in the morning, because again, you're on fucking flip.
And this was Monday night.
And it's like I'm laying in bed. I'm just about to doze off, and I hear like. I thought one of my fucking windows blew in. It was a bizarre metal creaking.
Now nobody's breaking in because you got floodlight cams on your patio.
I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is that? It was a giant boom, and then I walk down my hallway, and I hear I hear a rattling, and I'm like, the building's collapsing. something bad is happening. And let me see here.
What was happening?
Let me see if there's a way to tell you without actually saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Here. Let's see. I should have... I woke up to the sound of some type of a burst, and you can see this is all flooded.
What? There's water all over your floor.
These are all...
Listen to those puddles.
Let's see if I can get...
That puddle sound is so satisfying.
It was a burst pipe. A burst pipe.
In your bathroom?
No, it was between the wall and the outside.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't in the bathroom. It was an outside because it froze. The pipe froze and burst. And I'm trying to describe the sound without sounding stupid. It sounded like a big King Kong monster had taken the building and squeezed it like a potato.
Perfect. Because King Kong, this monster keeps squeezing all our potatoes.
But when you think of things that are being squeezed, it's potatoes
usually. You got to squeeze it a little to make sure it's ripe.
But behind the wall connecting to the outside, you can hear, when I'm walking around, you can hear it vaguely. You can hear the water. Let me see if I can hear it. Wait, I'm talking, this is for insurance reasons.
Of course.
Wait. Can you hear like
Sure.
that sound in the back?
It
Which sounds like a waterfall.
Somebody squeezing a potato.
Yes, when the liquid coming from a potato.
That's right.
That shh in the background. That's water still going down the wall on the inside. I was walking around and I didn't hear anything, and then I found water, and I'm like,
On your floor.
I thought a window blew in or something, and I now understand why animals
Right.
panic. Because I was just running around on my floor and I'm going, oh no, water, oh no, oh no. Like, you don't know what to do. I'm in my underwear. I haven't slept. I'm barefoot. It's ice water.
So you're delirious as it is because you're jet lagged. You haven't
I
slept.
vomited the night. Less than 24 hours before, I was fucking vomiting.
You were sick. You're in a different country. You don't know how to fix shit in your house anyway. So, like, you're sitting there, there's water on your floor, and you're just kind of run pacing around the apartment.
And I'm like, it's
saying, oh no.
It's New Year's night. So I called down to the front desk and
How much water?
A decent amount.
Like an inch?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The only good thing was
It's a water bomb.
that I was home and I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only saving grace, is that like I happened to be there, because I called downstairs. I'm talking to the front desk guy, and I'm like, you got there's no maintenance guys at night, and I call the super, and he's like, okay, because he didn't know what to do. He was kind of new, but there was. He's like, I can't get a hold of him. And I'm like, dude, my fucking apartment is flooding. Like,
How many rooms?
well, in the end, it was 2. But you literally, when your apartment is flooding,
Did you have any panic in your voice?
because you can't stop water.
Right.
Water is coming, and I can't stop it. Holy fuck, is water scary.
It's on the inside of the house. It's usually on the outside. Now it's on the inside.
You just think of everything you've worked for being ruined and like like
My photos.
You have hardwood floors.
I have hardwood floors.
Are your boxes of mementos waterproofed?
A couple of them are,
Okay,
and it was
good.
in my bedroom, and I was laying down towels, which literally it would have been just as effective if I took contact lenses and threw them in the water. It was fucking pouring in. So my super is great because I have a cell, and I called him, and he finally texted me like 5 minutes later. This whole thing was happening for like 10 minutes. And he's like,
And it's
okay.
2 o'clock in
Was
the
it a
morning.
long 10 minutes?
Dude, it was a long picture. Having your dick caught in a door that's been slept for 10 minutes. So he
I know
comes
this
up.
happened to me last year.
The flooding.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the dick thing.
No,
Yeah.
a pipe burst in our bathroom overnight.
Stop slamming
And
the door on
Jim's
it.
right. It's
Dude, you feel like, don't you
have
understand?
no
Like,
idea what you're supposed to do.
water.
It's helplessness.
yeah.
You don't know what to do. Your shit is being flooded. So the super comes up, and apparently there's a shutoff valve for that particular line because it goes to an outside hose. But no one knew where it was. It's different in the different apartments. So he ran downstairs. Meanwhile, they had called before he got the super, the guy called the fire department. He just didn't know what to do at the front desk. So before the super comes up, I'm standing there and the doorbell rings. 7 firemen are there with axes and fucking 2 cops, and they walk in, and luckily I had to unplug all my shit. Like nothing. Thank God I unplugged it. Like as the water was coming in.
As you're speaking, in my mind's eye, you're still in your underpants.
Was I in my underwear? No, I had a pair of. No, I threw jeans on and I rolled up the legs. I have a.
Oh no, you didn't. Like Huck Finn.
Yes, what I was saying. I was referring to my friend as one of the same things. Hold on. This is upside.
You had your jeans rolled up and a piece of straw hanging out of your mouth.
See if you can see. This is all for insurance.
So,
See if you can see my feet. Wait, watch.
something burst.
Look.
Oh my God!
Do you see my feet?
You
Troy?
rolled your jeans up into capris.
Yeah. Wait. Look. See. Look.
What a loser! How bad is that?
High waters.
Big manly firemen come in and cops, and you've got your high water jeans rolled up.
Well, you don't know where the water's coming from at first because it's coming from under. There's no hole in the wall.
Sure.
So you don't know if it's an outside thing or if it's an inside thing. And then the firemen came in and they're standing with axes. There's 2 cops behind them.
Right.
And literally, then the super came up when they were there, and they're like, "Okay, we think it's coming from behind the wall." You could hear. Then you realize what that noise was. That was the water flowing. And the firemen, literally, as I'm standing there, they're like, "All right, let's go." I'm like, I thought they were going to help me clean up and move the bed and get the water out of there. They literally were looking at me like they walked in and I had on heels, and I was going, "Oh, boys, my tootsies are cold." They couldn't have hated me more. I didn't know what to do. I didn't call them. The guy downstairs just didn't know what to do. So
like,
thank God,
sir, we could have taken care of this with a wet vac.
Dude, they would have axed it and then just showed us where it was in the wall. But the super was great. He ran downstairs to the basement and he shut down the whole line of the building on that side. And then that kind of stopped the bleeding. And then he brought up these vacuum things. But people downstairs got fucked up. Nothing you can do. I mean, it's just it was so cold. It's record-breaking cold that the pipes once in a while burst. And they said that the buildings have had these things. Like I called the insurance people the next day, and like it's the most common thing we're getting. I mean, everyone's buildings having fucking pipes explode.
I'd be in such shit if I get burst pipes in my house.
But you realize, like, you got a plan for that. You should get one of those vacs that sucks up the water.
Wet vac.
And find out where your shutoff valves are.
Yeah, I know where my shutoff valves are. And we got the sub pump.
But but by the way, if it's an inside valve, like not that line, there was no shutoff valve for it. It's just the main one in the basement. So it's a whole thing. But you realize how helpless you are. Like, thank God it wasn't fire. And thank God, if it was 24 hours before.
How helpless you are in toe-deep water?
Just what? No, but like you can't stop it from coming. Mm-hmm. So it fucked up. My bedroom is totally like, I have to have all the wood redone just because of mold.
But insurance will take care of it.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's one of those things that you have homeowners insurance for. And then it seeps under the walls into the next room. So my office, 2 of my rugs were ruined. But again, it didn't go into the living room. It didn't fuck up. Like, it sucked, but I was really lucky I was home. At the end, by the end of the night, we had gotten a lot of the water up. And the super was great. So it's like, this stinks, but fuck it, I was here.
Does your apartment smell musky?
No. It doesn't. And I don't know why it doesn't, but who knows? Maybe it was just cold water coming down that pipe. But again, I have people coming today to look at it and start the floors. And it's going to be a long process. Now they have to fucking rip them up, do all this mold stuff, and then do the next room. It's going to be a nightmare for the next fucking couple of months. When you have wood floors put down, they got to fucking bring in the wood and let it sit in your apartment for a while to get used to the way the air is, so they don't put it down and it doesn't contract and expand. It's a whole fucking thing these construction workers got to do.
Yeah.
So this next month or two is going to suck.
Yeah.
But you realize, hey man, I'm home and
so
whatever.
Yeah, but what if it happens again and you're not?
That's true.
Dude, you don't understand.
I have not stopped thinking about that.
How great would it have been? How great would it have been if this happened on December 26th?
Dude,
4 days before.
Dude, you really do think constantly. No, it wouldn't have been because the people downstairs, like because of where the pipe was, it was just happened to be in the middle of the wall, and thank God it didn't come through my ceiling.
Yeah.
Honey, it sounds like someone's squeezing a potato upstairs.
Yeah. is the neighbor upstairs squeezing potatoes again?
But dude, I'm laying in bed, and every noise I hear, I'm like, hey, it's flooding! Because they had the guy come and he put in like a new shutoff valve, and they're putting in a new vent right in my room, like as opposed to in another room where I can just get it if God forbid. Because you realize that hose to that pole to the outside is exposed. But fuck, is that scary? You think about it, right?
Every time we leave, we went up to Montreal for 4 days, and it's the only thing on my mind while we're driving there is because all it did was just one random night, a little piece of the pipe on the toilet burst at like 11 o'clock. I was sleeping. Lisa was out. She came home, and there was just water coming out everywhere.
Is there a shutoff on your toilet though, where you the guy righty tighty, lefty loosey?
Yeah, something like that. And she figured it out because
and it stopped the water.
And it stopped the water, but we still had an inch of water in almost our entire apartment.
What did you lose? Because you realize how much shit you leave. You don't realize how much of your shit's on the floor until water comes in the room.
We lost rugs. We lost a few things. Nothing major, but the fact that all of our electronics.
The dogs?
No, the dog's there.
He survived?
The dog was
Okay.
fine.
Good,
Yeah.
thank God.
So lost his bed, but we bought him a new one because we love him.
Oh, okay.
But you realize that shit could happen anytime, whether you're there or not. And if you're not there, you could be fucked.
And what if it's in another room? Like, if it had happened again, what if it's like one of the ones, because all your fucking water pipes are in your ceiling. So, like, what if it happened in the hallway? Oh my God, the first thing I did was when I ran into, I heard it rattling in the wall, and I'm like, okay, there's a problem. Before I even knew there was water, I thought something was going to burst. I went and got my signed Black Sabbath photo off the wall, and I ran into the living room and put it on the sofa.
That was just stand on the sofa.
Dude,
with
I
the Black
put it on the
Sabbath.
sofa before I even realized.
Hello, officers, is that you? No, see yourself in. Standing up on the couch, holding his Black Sabbath photo.
You'll know me. I'll be in the living room. I'll be the boy holding the signed picture of 4 alcoholics. So I
Hey,
fucking,
you don't understand. It's so hard to get them all together.
I really did. I took my signed Sabbath photo off the wall and ran into it because I thought the wall was going to blow in. I didn't know what it was because the pipes were all connected. So when they're rattling, I'm like, the wall's going to cave in. But you realize, like, if that happens anywhere and just rains down on your shit, and in a weird way, you have a weird thing about your possessions when this happens. Like, all right, this sucks. But I'm like, I did lose a few signed things that were in a box. Nothing major, just a few little things. All right. But you realize, like, okay, it is what it is. There's like almost nothing you can do about it. You don't want to lose your computer stuff or all the things I've written over the years. But I'm like, besides my photos and the things I've written, like, that's mostly what I care about on my computer.
I'm now completely terrified of the basement flooding.
Dude, you should if you got a sump pump or whatever.
Yeah, we do.
There's got to be an automatic shutoff you can put on the floor. I have that for my washer dryer. There's like this automatic shutoff where if water leaks, a switch comes and turns the water off. I wonder if there's ways to get that in every room where if water floods in, because it is scary. If I wasn't home, eventually they would have realized. They would have just broken into my apartment and shut it off.
Right.
They would have just shut the water down.
Everything would have been so wet, though.
But dude, it literally might have been a week if your apartment's sitting in water.
Probably would've
Imagine
just
coming home
axed-
to that.
So as opposed to being in like, why me? I'm like, fucking lucky I was here. This couldn't have happened at a better time. I was here and I'm lucky I was
Yeah,
here.
you're lucky you were home.
That's it.
So then what time do they finally get finished up there?
Well, I mean, till the next morning because the guy had to go downstairs and take care of the other people. And so I was just upstairs. He brought up this vacuum and I was just vacuuming, but I couldn't move the rugs myself because my bed's on them or my sofa's on. So I had to wait for him to come back up and then we rolled up the rugs, threw them outside on the terrace.
Can you help me with the rugs too?
Can you help me, sir?
Can you help me? I can't do the rugs by myself. I don't know how to do them.
But I moved everything and then the floor was kind of dry by the end of the night, like literally.
But so then you were up all day yesterday?
I dozed off and I got knocks at the door because then the maintenance people had come in and they wanted to do some inspecting and blah, blah, blah. And they had to have someone come in and put in a new valve. So I was up all day
What a
until
pain in
last
the
night.
ass.
So last night I'm in bed by like 8:30 and I didn't fall asleep till 11 because you keep thinking you're hearing creaking pipes.
Then you just realize it's just the neighbors squeezing potatoes.
That's all it is. Thank God. They're
Yeah.
a giant King Kong monster of some sort.
They're just squeezing their potatoes. It's not an issue.
But it's nice to know that doesn't go away.
No, and it won't. No.
What, the fear of
Yeah,
of
because you realize,
flooding?
like, I get trauma now. You know, like on a small scale, I get it.
But don't
Because
you?
It never leaves your mind.
does-
This is stolen valor, Travis. Don't equate this with PTSD.
Yeah, but you understand how little things, like you can't shake it. Like the idea of running around in the water helpless. Like I really was just going, oh no, water. Oh no.
Well, you're lucky that you have a super. I mean, I'm
I have
assuming
a
you
building-
have a super, right? You don't own your...
I mean, we're in a garden apartment facility, which is like, you know, just a shitload of 2-story like townhomes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a maintenance.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be a man who does his own things
Yeah,
now.
fuck that. I'm never owning a house.
I thought of that,
so
like how
rude.
so much it sucks if your house happens.
You're on your own.
Dude, I called plumber.
Yeah.
I called 3 fucking plumbers. One of them is like, maybe in 3 hours they can text you on the way, and the other one's like, I got nothing till tomorrow. Whoa. That's how, because it was happening all over the city, because it was so fucking cold that every night they were on call. So even a 24-hour plumber is hard to find.
Yeah, I would
the
just
potato being squeezed.
yeah. It's potato squeezing season. What are we gonna do? Yeah, I mean,
There are water sensors, guys are saying.
and I know where all my valves are, so I know how to shut the water off in the house. So
You have to in the house.
That's all I would do.
It's different in a building, though.
yeah,
because
sure, of course.
The only valve I could have shut off was this one. But again, nobody knows where it is. And you don't think, hey, is there different valves, one to an outside water source? But if it happens on the inside, there's no valve. The guy has to go downstairs to the basement and just shut it off.
Yeah.
So again, thank God you live in a building where there's a guy who knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's there, but we called the 24-hour line, and some guy that's on call came and, didn't really help.
How long did it take him to get there?
30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, and if you don't know how to shut the water off, that's a long time.
We had the water shut off already. But, we still had to clean up the entire
Did they have to redo your floors?
No.
Dude,
I'm
you have to
sure
watch
I'm
mold.
sure they would.
You should have that redone.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in a situation like yours where we can just up and leave.
But won't insurance might cover that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, like insurance will cover them staying in a hotel while they fix the floors.
yeah, I'm not gonna have to pay for any of it. It's all homeowners insurance or whatever, or renters
My
insurance.
man.
You have
No,
to.
that wouldn't fall under renters insurance because that would be their issue.
What do you mean?
Like that would be the landlord's issue. It's theirs.
Yeah, but I think that insurance would
What
pay.
a story, Mark.
I really have no idea.
You should investigate that for health, dude. You got you don't want you, your wife, and your kid breathing in mold. You should really do that, dude.
It should be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure she's young.
It should be fine.
How long ago?
Should be fine.
6 months ago.
Yeah,
I want to say.
These kids and their immune systems, unbelievable.
Yeah.
They should be fine.
Absolutely, you should have a guy come in and check that.
All right, maybe.
You should absolutely have a fucking mold. You should call it to your landlord. I don't think you'll have to pay for any of it. It was a fucked up pipe that.
Oh, I'm not worried about paying for any of it. Yeah, it's not our.
Bro, he's got the cash. He's not worried about shit.
Dude, you should have somebody come in.
I know I should.
That's really dangerous.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Well, what a way to end your spectacular European vacation.
VKJ.
VKJ. You like that?
I love it.
That's his new thing.
I like it, too.
2018 is the year of VKJ.
VKJ rules.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it was a fun. Oh god, there's a fireman rescuing me. I can believe it.
Face on, yeah. Well, the fireman is smiling at least, so
Yeah.
I think it's important. I stayed home all vacation, which was good. I did. It was good to do Christmas with a kid because
Yeah.
you realize like, oh, this is why Christmas is fun.
Did he understand anything different was happening or no?
Yes. Well, like I stayed up. Oh, because I mean, you don't really. You could do Christmas when he's 10 months old. You could do Christmas or not do Christmas. It doesn't matter. But you do it just for
the pictures
ceremony
and to
and
do
the
it.
pictures and the thing. But yeah. We got him a bunch of stuff. Some of the stuff has been sitting in our garage for a while, or like it was given to us by other people or whatever. But you just put new toys in his room, and like I got him a giant ball that's like twice the size of him, just so he likes
He can see it.
Yeah. And so like he walked in on Christmas morning and recognized in his toy room was
Different
all these
stuff,
all
yeah.
these new toys. And so he freaked out. He freaks out at Sesame Street, so we got him like a little Elmo.
He likes it?
He likes that. He freaked out about that. But it's like, and we have a 3-year-old niece. So watching the 3-year-old and our little dude, like, it made you realize how awkward it is to do Christmas when it's all just adults.
Right.
Like in that period of time where you're all grown up but nobody has kids yet, like you're in your late 20s or sometimes early 30s, and like you're still just kind of going and opening presents at your mom's house. Or Travis, a lot of people still do it at their mom's
Yes.
What is that word?
house. Yeah, no, it's like it's the female version of dad.
You picture,
yeah.
Or you're just sitting in the shoulder of the road on the Parkway, opening gifts.
But it really drives it home how Christmas is a thing for kids,
children.
for children. That's what it's for. It's way better though, and it's fun watching them freak out over new shit and opening their stuff and do all that.
Yeah.
It was a good time. And then other than that, I mean, I did some shows. Like I did Legion of Skanks.
Oh, how was that?
That was fun. Yeah, we talked about Mary Jean.
Oh my God, yes, I
Because
did.
Lewis and Heard fought.
They did, yeah. People got on Twitter were like, "Why do you guys have her?" It was like her and Lewis had a fight, a physical, almost like a physical, and then she called in, and of course we're gonna talk. Like, what do you guys want?
But I also I looked at Lewis. I was like, Lewis. I was like, you are not going to sit there and convince me that you, Louis J. Gomez, are a guy who thinks that because there was conflict, this person should not be on the radio. You are the most conflict-seeking radio person of all time.
I know Lewis stood up like he was ready for a fit, which again, Lewis not gonna let anybody hit him. I don't blame Lewis for not wanting to be hit. But then don't get weird with us. People get weird with us if somebody fucking calls up and we want to talk about what happened. Of course we're gonna talk about what happened.
But it was fun. Yeah, I mean, I was like doing that show, and then I did Tom Shalhoub's show one day because he was on during that week between Christmas and New Year's. So I did that show. I did a bunch of shows from for YouTube. You know, live shows.
I heard you did. I saw your countdown.
Yeah, I did the New Year's show. New Year's Lonely Eve by myself. It was great.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Did you have callers?
No. I mean, I don't have phones set up. So the only person. So I put on my tux, as you can see in the photo. I put on my tux, and I went to Party City earlier in the day, and I got like confetti poppers and New Year's hats and noisemakers and like signs to put up and everything, and then just went down at like 11:15 and did my own New Year's countdown.
That's great.
Just by myself talking. I just picked up the mic a couple of times, but I was talking to like the people in the YouTube chat and just doing it. But one of the funnier moments was I knew Kevin was going to marry Maria on New Year's. We had talked about it earlier, but it was like a surprise. And so I told him, I was like, well, I'm doing this thing. And he was like, well, I could try to get you into Times Square, but there's only like room for 4 people on the platform that we have. There's no space. I was like, I don't need to be in Times Square for New Year's anyway. I said, if you wanted me there as like a friend, I would be there. But if it's like you trying to do something cool for me, don't worry about it. I'll see you guys the next day. And so that's what I did. But he called me when I was doing the show. So it's like 11:30 and I'm sitting there with the TV on ready to talk about this marriage that's going to happen on the YouTube show. And my cell phone rings and I put him on speaker. And he's like, while I'm doing the YouTube show, he's like, hey, Sam, just getting mic'd up, getting ready to go. And he just called to check in on the show.
And just to say hello while he's getting ready to get married on live TV?
5 minutes before he's marrying Maria Menounos in Times Square on live television.
Kevin is a bit of a psycho. Like once in a while, I'll wake up and he is an idea guy.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Undergaro is a fucking, like he really thinks of things and tries to make things work, and he's a really hard worker. So once in a while, I'll wake up to a bunch of texts with ideas.
Yeah.
And they're all good. And I'm like, I didn't see that until the next morning. And like, he's a guy who's always thinking, man.
Always. Well, he doesn't sleep. Like he's in total insomnia.
He is a fucking crazy person.
Yeah.
He's up all night.
Yeah, he's up all night. And like, I can always tell when he's been up all night because he just stays up all night listening to shows. Like he puts his earbuds in and he goes to sleep like that just because he's all over the place and he doesn't sleep much.
So Maria will go to bed and he'll just probably sit in the next room?
No, well, he developed a couple of things. She doesn't like when he comes in the middle of the night.
Because it wakes her up.
Right. So he goes to bed when she goes to bed. But he'll either have his laptop or just on his phone and just have his earbuds in and listening. Because she also didn't like the laptop being on.
Sure.
Because it kept her up.
Yes.
So I don't know if he still uses it, but he created this invention called the man curtain, where it's a retractable, because he's also like, he used to work as a carny, so he knows how to build shit. You know, he's the one who built with the studio with me at my house.
Right.
And he built this contraption that's a retractable curtain where at nighttime he could put up a curtain between he and Maria so that he could be on his laptop and she can go to sleep.
What is he flying business class?
Yeah. It's like there's this it's like PVC pipe that comes up from the end of the bed, and then he stretches the curtain across, and then he could do his stuff, he could do his work, he can type, and then he puts the curtain down. But I do think that Maria might have put the kibosh on that too.
You know, I wonder, because I understand the insomnia and how frustrating it is, and you're laying there and you can't sleep. It might sound like something basic, but are you drinking coffee too late? And is your phone, they say you're having your phone right by your head when you sleep is bad. Mm-hmm. Keep it across the room. So I've started, like, for the last 2 weeks, keeping it across the room. And I noticed in most cases I've slept a little bit better because it's just not right by your head.
Right, it's not an option.
Yeah, and don't be on the laptop right before. It's hard to do, but I wonder if he's on his laptop too late.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's in bed doing all that stuff and thinking, and so I think...
So does he sleep during the day? When she gets up, he'll just stay in bed?
No. No, are you kidding me? No way. When she gets up, he gets up. Like, it's time to go to work. Like, he produces everything she does. Like, he's part of everything. So, no, absolutely not. You know, at one point he was like, you know, a couple years ago, I had to kind of change his life and stuff because they diagnosed him with adrenal fatigue just because he had been going and going and going and going.
You know, adrenal fatigue, I wonder, what is that? There's some of the, it's just constant exhaustion. I thought I had that at one point, so I went to a fucking organ. What did he take for it, do you know?
I don't know. He had a whole thing. It was like over the course of years, but he'd be a good person to talk to about that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, I mean, he goes nuts.
Non-stop work.
Yeah.
Non-stop work.
But
some guys are just like that. They need like a couple hours but does he function well on 3 hours?
He functions great. I mean, I don't. Well, he functions great when I work with him. So, and he doesn't sleep well. So, I think he functions great on.
Nothing worse than sitting there in bed and the person you're with is sleeping like a log, and you're like, "What the fuck?
How do they do that?"
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, it must be nice. I don't know. I don't get frustrated about it anymore. I used to get frustrated when I was a kid because I couldn't sleep. So I had to get past all that because I would get like anxiety about not sleeping.
And then you go into bed, it's a whole thing.
Right. And so now I don't let sleep, like it's like number 100 on my list of concerns. Like I don't even look at it as a thing anymore.
Yeah, well, you'll do it when you need to do it.
Right. Just because otherwise I freak out.
Yeah, and if you're tired, you're tired.
Exactly.
Like
at some point, your body will just shut down and you'll have to sleep or you'll die or something will happen. Yeah. It is what it is. But what are you going to do?
Constantly knowing that the bed is a place that you're going to struggle.
Right.
Sleep-wise and sexually. Oh.
It's just an enemy.
Dude, the bed is my enemy.
Yeah, that's why I don't do any sleeping tricks anymore. If I'm tired, I'll fall asleep. If I'm not tired, I'm going to watch TV. I'm going to look at my phone. I don't do any of it.
Yeah, when you're looking at the phone, though.
Because otherwise it stresses me out. And instead of, all these tricks of falling asleep, I just get stressed out about the fact that I can't sleep. So I didn't do any of that stuff. I'll go downstairs and go live on YouTube or something. I mean, it doesn't.
That's kind of cool to be able to do that.
Whatever. It was, and that's what I was really like experimenting with over the vacation, just because I can go on. I was like, wait, I could just go on whenever I want. So whenever stuff was going on, or I just had an opinion about something, you just go on and put the chat on live, and people signed on, and it's super fun.
And you tweet and say, "This is what I'm doing."
Yeah. You just tweet I tweet right before I'm going on. Hey, I'm going to go on YouTube, and then I just sign on to the YouTube channel.
And do you discuss what they're like? Well, you'll talk with the people when they're.
I'll have my topics, like there's or like I'm doing the show. Like it's not because it's if you're gonna build that whole studio and everything, it's
you have to have a show you're gonna do.
It's like a show. Like it's not just me on my phone like talking to the commenters.
Like an idiot, yeah.
Right. So I'm doing a show. There's a purpose to the show.
Yeah, you're setting up where you want to discuss something.
Right. And then every now and then I'll glance over at the screen and look at the comments, go back to the topic at hand, but I try to move the comments towards the topic, the reason for the show. It's not just, hey, I'm just going to look at my phone and read comments. Like, that's not a show. I enjoy
a lot of times if I've gone on Facebook Live and stuff, I've talked to people who are commenting in. It's a way like they're asking questions. Like, I don't mind answering questions.
Right.
Like I kind of like doing that.
I like that too. That's a different thing as well. But I think that's.
But having a show or having an idea of what you want to do is smart.
Yeah. I just write out especially when we're not on the air and there's stuff going on. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to talk about this, that, and this. And I just go down and then kind of just see what happens, just like when we do the show here.
Yeah, it's like, all right, let's see. It's kind of planned. We have news stories, a bunch of stuff, and videos. We know we talk about our vacations and what we did. And, But I thought of it the whole time I was there. Like, all right, I'll talk about this. This happened, that happened. Part of the reason is you're doing stuff too, because you're gonna have to come and talk about it on the air.
Right.
So why don't you just say? I mean, I could have come back sooner, but I'm like, for what? Just to go to I love the Cellar and I love these other places. Where I come back and just do a few sets that I could do anytime.
Right. No,
just
you're
stay
right.
in Paris, you fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lovely city, lovely people. I was completely wrong about Europe. Completely.
It's amazing.
I
think everybody kind of knew you were going to be wrong, though. Nobody was like, yeah, Jim's right.
No, I know, but I mean, it's
I don't think. Were you, Travis?
No.
Like you didn't think there was any merit to his argument, right?
No, there's a Disneyland there. How can it be bad?
Right, that's true.
I saw the Disney store in Charles de Gaulle Airport.
I would have gone there.
I didn't.
Did you go to Disneyland?
No.
So what's the point of going? It's in Paris.
Oh.
Why go?
No,
Euro Disney? It's not called Euro Disney anymore,
No,
is
it's
it?
Disneyland Paris.
Oh, so excuse me.
I didn't go to any dirty places either.
Wow.
There's a weird sex district that I walked through just to look like 10 blocks of like sex. But I didn't even, did I go to any of the stores? No, I think I just ate when I was down there. Just looked around. It was like kind of like Times Square was, but nowhere near as dirty.
That's pretty incredible.
Everybody was just kind of like normal looking around and it didn't feel dirty.
Yeah.
I walked by the
good.
Moulin Rouge.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
I fucking hate that song. I fucking hate it.
What about the
Who sings that?
What about the redo? The
Dude, I hate it.
with Christina Aguilera?
I fucking hate it.
Pink is in it?
I'd rather listen to the sound of water crashing into my Sabbath photo than that fucking song.
What do you know? Lil Kim. Yeah, oh yeah, and the Queen Bee, Lil Kim is in it. And Maya. Maya's still relevant, right? Maya's still got hits, right?
Nah.
Troy, you ever play Maya when you're in the
Nah, she fell off, man.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
But this was big. Moulin Rouge was oh yeah, and Missy Elliott is there to introduce us. Remember, she goes, Christina.
Let me hear your flow, sisters. Hey, sister,
Were you singing this when you were passing by the Moulin Rouge? So cool.
I hate this song.
Why? There's Maya. She still got it.
She's hot. Oh, she was.
She was done.
Yeah.
What year is this song? Yeah.
Do you know what voulez-vous coucher avec moi means?
Yes, kill yourself.
Oh.
Gitchy, yeah. I hate this song.
You do?
Hate.
Why? Because it's baby talk?
Fucking gitchy, yeah. Ah, whatever it is.
Oh, there's Pink and Lil Kim, Christina, all the ladies of the moment coming together.
I fucking hate it. No, nor do I care. I forgot about this song.
Did you say you didn't think about that when you walked by the Moulin Rouge?
No, I'm just like, oh yeah, there's a movie about that.
Yeah, gitchy, ya, da.
Didn't think of that.
No, you didn't.
Thank God, it would have ruined my trip.
Oh.
But I knew I walked by the Moulin Rouge and there was something about it that I hated.
I feel an overwhelming negative presence as I walk past this building.
I just didn't want to go into it. I know it's a very famous place.
What about when Lil Kim gets a little street? She's talking about spending her man's money.
I like Lil Kim.
See? Lil Kim.
I enjoy. I like her voice. I she's great.
She's still doing the thing, right, Troy?
You know what's funny is she has a song out now with what's her name? Remy Ma, and I'm like, wow, two completely irrelevant
Oh, that's too bad.
early 2000s rappers that are.
Yeah, because we monitored last year Remy Ma bodying Nicki Minaj, but who would have thought both of them would fall by the wayside because Cardi B is that hot shit, right?
Hey, Lil Kim is white now.
That's right. Lil Kim is. She's her and Sammy Sosa.
Oh.
Yeah, she's got the Sammy Sosa thing going on where she's like completely white and has no resemblance to that person in the Moulin Rouge video.
Christina was hot.
Yeah, she was.
She probably wants to remove the memories of this song.
Who does?
Lil Kim.
So she became white?
Yeah. She's like, I can't be that person.
I cannot do that anymore. Oh, that's great.
I like the name of the song. The name of the, who's Lady Marmalade?
Marmalade.
Oh.
That's the name of the song. Lady
Oh.
Marmalade. It's from the hit movie Moulin Rouge. That was,
Gitchy. Oh, I fucking hate it.
yeah. Baz Luhrmann was like, hey man, I need a song to go with my movie. And the girls were like, we got you, Baz. We got you.
What was that big song he did? The one Baz Luhrmann's, the talk song? Do you remember the song?
I'm not sure.
Well, you know the song when you hear it.
Get you, ya, da, da.
It's a fucking terrible. Sunscreen? You know the song.
Everybody's free to wear sunscreen. That might be it. That sounds familiar.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like the other song.
Troy,
No.
turn your iPod off
My bad.
and just the
I could
computer.
offer you only one tip.
Just zip it in the middle.
Never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of
It sucks.
Do you remember it though?
I remember it being a thing, but I don't have any
You look back at
recollection of the actual song.
and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous.
I don't like Baz Luhrmann.
No, I don't care about him either way. But I just remember this.
I didn't care about the Romeo and Juliet movie. Moulin Rouge sucked. What else did he do? He did one kind of recently, didn't he? This song sucks.
Great Gatsby?
You don't like this song?
Great Gatsby was great.
This is a song?
This sucks.
I've never heard this before.
He had to do a whole bunch
This was huge.
Yeah, I totally have never heard this before.
He had to do a whole bunch
you
of
kidding?
garbage before he got to Great Gatsby.
Do one
Did you see Great Gatsby?
No.
It was good.
You've heard this, Troy.
Yeah.
But then again,
Don't be reckless.
Leonardo DiCaprio was in it.
Don't
So,
mess
of
up
course it's
with
good.
people.
He's the fucking man.
Yeah.
Leo was in Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, but he wasn't the man then. That's when he was like frilly boy Titanic Leo.
True.
He was still the man.
He wasn't the man then. No,
He
he
was
was.
Gilbert Grape.
No, he wasn't the man in
And
the
fucking, come on, I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
No, he
this
wasn't,
boy's
he wasn't
life.
the man then.
No, he was basically he was basically Jonathan Taylor Thomas then.
Yeah. No, Catch Me If You Can. That's when it
That's when he
turned.
became the man. That's a great. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you guys are crazy. He was great in this boy's life.
Yeah, but he wasn't
Is there
the man.
mustard in that jar?
He was a little boy though.
Exactly. Still, he's still cool.
But you wouldn't know. He's a little kid, man.
But he was a good actor. He was great. Basketball Diaries, he was great, and he was a great young actor.
I'm not saying he was a bad young actor, but I am saying he wasn't the man.
Nah.
Dudes
Like-
weren't like, oh, that dude's the
That
fucking
dude's the
man.
fucking man. That's
Now
the
we're
fucking
like, oh,
dude.
yeah.
No, I don't think about him as the man now.
He is.
I just think he's a great actor.
No, he's the dude.
Catch Me If You Can was so good.
So fucking good.
Catch Me If You Can is one of my favorite movies.
Tom Hanks is like looking at that bottle. The label's been peeled off. He's like, epic nail.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. Hey, how's your wife? Is she good? They had this stupid Hannibal Lecter, Jodie Foster relationship.
That's such a great fucking movie.
You've
Yeah.
got no one else to call.
Ow! I fell down the steps. Ow!
Yeah, that's the one where he's like, hey, Francis, I put your watch in my asshole. Right?
Oh, I thought of that. The walk-in. Bob introduced me to him at the Christmas party.
You are a true piece of shit. You are
I never
just
talked about that. What?
You're a piece of garbage.
Why?
Because there's just no reason to bring that up. It wasn't casual.
I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, I hadn't forgotten about it. I was talking to somebody about you the other. It might have been Kevin at his wedding thing. I was like, yeah. I go now. He's going to the De Niro party. He's meeting Christopher Walken.
What's wrong with that? If a guy says, "Do you want to come to my family's Christmas party?" You go.
Do you?
What, are you not going to? Yes.
Well, I invited you to Thanksgiving. You didn't come.
Busy. Hoping Bob would call. He's sitting there chatting, and then Chris Walken comes over and he introduces you. What are you going to do? Not say hello?
You went to the Robert De Niro family Christmas party.
Yeah. So who didn't?
I didn't. I wasn't invited.
I thought you were getting us a +4.
Yeah. But anyway, Chris came over and he introduced me. Hey, how you doing?
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I have the because I don't think we ever really talked about this. You sent me the most annoying. It might be the most annoying text I've ever gotten. Let me see if I can find it here because it was before break.
Just don't put the location or date.
No,
I don't know
no.
how much of that stuff he makes public.
No, it was just your. I mean, we talk so much. I have to scroll up a little bit.
Not something to brag about.
Let's see.
There was one moment where I was at the fucking at the Christmas party that I was going to leave. You know, I was there, and I'm standing there and I'm saying goodbye to him, and Harvey Keitel is sitting there, and some girl gets a picture with Keitel, and she wants one with De Niro and Keitel. So I'm standing there with him just talking, and he grabs me just to be in the picture. So I fucking photobombed something, but I didn't mean to. It was some girl's photo with De Niro and Keitel that I'm in it, and I don't have it. I don't know who it is.
So this was a text I got a couple weeks ago. You were asking me if I was doing the chip show. I was like, yeah, I should be able to make it, blah, blah, blah. And then you just sent me this text, which I thought was weird because you normally don't just vent. But I was like, oh, you got me. I honestly was like, oh, maybe Jim's having like kind of a rough day. Like, I'll be here for him as a friend. I had such an annoying day today. I can't talk about it until I get back from Europe because I wound up because it wound up being so annoying. And I go, really? Question mark, question mark, question mark. What happened? Question mark. And this is, I knew immediately. He goes, I'm in the middle of talking to Bob, and fucking Chris comes over, so Bob introduces me to Chris. And I just sat there staring at the text, and I was like, well, I know who Bob is. I was like, oh, it's not. Oh. And so my response was an ellipses, ... Chris who? And I just get a text back that says, walk-in.
Oh, I just thought you knew.
What's annoying about that?
Exactly, nothing.
Then why did you say you had an annoying day?
Oh, just 'cause you're talking to one person and somebody else comes in.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, anyway, Catch Me If You Can is a fucking great.
Well, yeah, I mean, you probably watch it differently because you know the guy.
But I just,
yeah, it's just a different thing.
It is one of my favorite movies too, I think.
It's so good.
It's so fucking good. I love the fact that they're both still alive.
You mean
the real guys.
people?
Yeah, the real Avignale. And I think that sometimes when I fly, how different it was back then to be able just to get on a flight. You're not even a captain. Like the bullshit you could get away with in 1968.
If you were a flirt and could stick toy airplane stickers on a check. Yeah.
Escape through a toilet.
What's it? Yeah. What's his? What's the name of the pilot that sits without flying the plane?
Oh, Deadhead.
Are you my deadhead? Yeah. Yeah, I'm your deadhead.
Yeah, and because there's no way for them to check on a computer.
No, and he's just fucking stewardesses.
Have a glass of milk.
How funny would it have been if when they said, "Are you my deadhead?" he started singing "Touch of Grey."
It's a Grateful Dead song, right, Troy? Yeah. I thought so.
Do you like that? That's the Deadheads. Like that's like the Dead's big song.
I knew where you were going.
Yeah,
That's like their hit.
I love that everyone hates that song, and it's great.
It's like the one. Yeah. Oh my God. We should. I guess we should take a break because I want to talk about all the New Year's Eve coverage and stuff that happened on. Like, did you watch any of it?
No. I saw some Mariah, of course.
Oh, of course. I saw some of Mariah.
No, meaning because
Mariah doesn't go anywhere without these eyes watching her.
Because it was all over the place. Her fucking
right.
Yeah.
Well, there was Mariah trying to make good on New Year's Rock.
Was she lip syncing again?
Oh my God! Come on.
Just what? Why are people doing this? I guess they put her up there just because it was such a problem.
That's why
they knew people would watch.
I preferred my show, New Year's Lonely Eve, to their show, New Year's Rockin' Eve, because there was no lip syncing.
Chip show was better than fucking her show.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, we have Mariah on New Year's Rockin' Eve. She was just brought out because it was such a disaster last year. It was let's see if she can do it. We've got Kevin and Maria getting married over on Fox. Fox Network, not Fox News.
Yeah.
And then on CNN.
By the way, how does anybody watch anything other than CNN?
What a disaster.
It's all gay
show.
people getting drunk. It's the fucking best.
Just gay people getting drunk, some middle-aged woman getting stoned.
Dude,
what are you guys doing?
I love Don Lemon. People don't like him. I think he's fucking great.
Dude, and I guess I don't know if we should probably take a break.
We'll break.
But this has become his gig. Like,
he's getting drunk on New Year's Eve.
He does 364 days of whatever news broadcasts just so he can get to New Year's and get all fucked up and flirt. Like that's his gig. And I mean, he was undoubtedly the best show. The best thing on that show.
I'm going to say, too, at least when you watch them interview Nicole Kidman and her husband, at least you know that it's not just radio phoners where people don't know how to stop and talk and then talk. And did you see the interview that they did? Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen did with fucking Nicole Kidman?
Very awkward. Very awkward.
But not awkward, aggressive, just weird and clumsy and outdoors. And but no, what? Yeah, no, he's asking a question. She's still talking.
Well, the tech stuff that CNN had going on, I mean, they could not get their shit together whatsoever. It's a terrible, terrible show.
No, but I like the fact that people criticize them. I love the fact that they just get fucked up on New Year's Eve.
CNN in general?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they might win an award, too, if this award thing happens that I heard about.
Which is it?
Fake news awards.
Oh.
Did you hear about this?
I did not.
All right, well, we'll talk. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we certainly do.
We'll take a break. It's 2018. What an amazing time to be alive. We should also hear about what some of these guys.
I would love to know what all these guys
did on their breaks. I was looking at Troy's Instagram stories. He's hanging out in Mexico with a girl in a bikini or something like that. I don't know. Then I don't know what Travis was doing. Actually, I don't know. Although I did hear one thing on Twitter. 2018 gonna be the year of the loaf.
Why is that?
One of our staffers tweeted that.
Year of the loaf.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it.
2018 is going to be the year of the loaf.
That's right.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
I read it on Twitter. You didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh. Rob, you heard about that, right? Rob's saying, oh, yeah.
Troy, when you hear that, does it make you feel bad?
Douche chills.
The year of the loaf?
It's going to be the year of the loaf, man.
Well, it must have been a joke tweet.
I don't think so. Yeah, I was joking. Yeah, of course I was joking. Yeah, whatever. Whatever you think the right answer is. Yeah, that's it. Yep, uh-huh. It's the year of the loaf. I'm sorry. I guess we had such a fun time this first break back, and I guess I didn't realize I was going to end it on a sour note.
It's upsetting.
That it's going to be the year of the loaf?
Yep. You don't like it either?
No.
Oh, geez. I didn't realize you guys would have that reaction to it.
Travis?
No.
Travis, did you see it on Twitter before I said it just now?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I didn't like it.
Can you bring the tweet up before we go? I didn't see it.
You want to just see it for yourself? Like, you want evidence that this is an actual tweet.
Unless it was like a Chinese New Year thing, then I'm okay with it.
No,
It's like, oh, this is the year of the dog.
Shitlove Radio is not his actual.
I don't even know what it is.
There's many imposters.
Loaf radio.
It is something. It is.
Shit.
It's Shitlove.
What? I don't even know.
Is that Anthony's?
The real shitloaf. Oh, real shitloaf 119.
Real
funny.
Shitlove 119, or you could just follow Shitlove Radio.
Oh.
Look at the first reply on it is hot dog, and he just wrote "shut up." The first Twitter reply is from Hot Dog's Twitter account. Shut up.
Wait, that's his real name?
That's his Twitter account. Real Shitlove 119.
No, I mean hot dog.
Oh yeah, it's a Cheyenne. Is his
Cheyenne
name.
Marte?
Yeah.
He sent me an email
That's a
once.
fucking porn name. That's not a real name. Cheyenne Marte.
That's why I was like, he was like, you could just have people call me Shay. You don't have to have them call me Hot Dog. I'm like, your name's Cheyenne. Like,
Shay?
like Hot Dog is a way better name.
There were years where I completely forgot that his name is not Hot Dog. Like, he sent me an email out of the blue one day, and I was like, who the fuck is this, and how do they know, like, me personally?
Right. This person is very familiar.
And then he was like, oh, it's me. I'm like, oh, Hot Dog.
Yeah, change your
You
email.
didn't recognize the name?
I had no
How
idea
do
that
they
was
know
his
me?
name. And he had
I know
already
who it was
interned
from.
for us. It's not nice.
Year of the loaf.
It's the year of the loaf, man. It's the year of the loaf. I'm excited.
Did you like it when you saw it?
No, I didn't. I didn't like it as much. But yeah, I said, you know what? I'll bet this is the year of the loaf. I'll bet this is the year it's gonna happen. You think it will be?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Do.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. Huh. Year of the loaf.
Mm-hmm.
Is he in there?
Mm-hmm.
How's he reacting?
He's just standing, smiling.
He's smiling.
Yep.
Okay.
Where's Nico?
Nico's well, he's not in Vegas, that's for sure. But his
Well, is Vegas happening at this point? I don't know when Vegas is.
26th.
It's the end of the month.
have you heard about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So his internship doesn't start until the 28th. So he's not going to be back here until the 28th.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we'll talk to him then. I guess we should take a break and come back. Was
Yeah.
he just lying about going?
I don't know. Maybe we'll dissect it a little bit.
I want to, yeah, because I'm just like, it's just.
Yeah, let's
are you
talk.
doing,
Let's,
dude?
let's do a Nico update. Let's see what these boys did on their vacations. Let's watch some of this New Year's coverage.
I didn't mean to yap about Paris for. I literally was going to mention it. I was just going to talk about the flood.
I'm interested. You going to Paris?
Eh.
Yeah, man, it's the year of the loaf.
It's the year of the
You
loaf.
talk about
man.
whatever you want.
Vacay J, year of the loaf. We're
Toast
starting
and
right.
toast and the loaf.
Toast and the loaf. I would gladly give up my position if it meant that you were stuck hosting a morning show with him called Toast and the Loaf.
Do you think that would be a popular morning show?
It would be a terrible morning
It certainly
show.
would be.
You know why? Because it would take one show for your seething hatred of him.
Oh, I don't hate Anthony.
No, but you would start hating him if he were your co-host. Like if you were like, he's the guy I'm doing a show with. I know you don't hate him now.
No.
Because he's shit loaf. But if he were the guy sitting across from you, you would hate him real quick. Same reason if it was Sam in the loaf, I would hate him real quick.
The only thing I would hate with Anthony is I don't like the stupid fake smiling thing. Like, just be you.
Terrible.
Like, I like when he's just him. Just a guy talking.
This is me. I'm smiling.
It's not you.
It's my year.
It's not you.
The loaf.
He's an angry little rageful guy, and he's just pretending that he's happy.
Look at me. I look like an idiot.
Yeah, just be you. I like him when he's just being him.
He's a good man. It's the year of the loaf.
I'll be right back.
Stay there.